All right. I've hit
Hmm.
live. We need to do the count, but I've already hit live already. So let's do the count.
Here we go. Okay, ready? Three, two, one.
Okay, perfect. We have
Mhm.
audio. We're live.
And we're live as well. Even better. Look at that now. Beautiful faces, recognizable faces. Hello, guys, ladies, and gentlemen. Very much welcome to that Beautiful Life podcast, episode 291, I believe it is. My name is Roger Bergström. I'm talking all the way from Stockholm, Sweden. And as always, I'm here with my dear friend, Mr. Kidus Campbell, from the beautiful Reading. And I think we have,
We've got Nalu
yeah,
in the
we've
chat.
had, huh?
We've already got Nalu in the chat. Hey, Nalu. What's going on?
Oh,
Continue,
look
Raj.
at that now. Yeah, hello, Nalo. Welcome. Hope you're fine. Yeah, here we are again. It's been some time, definitely. Time floats, and time floats fast, like a river going downhill or something into a waterfall. That's basically how it felt. That's at least for me when it comes to June. I don't know about you. It was May, and then kind of I recognized that, okay, we're in June, but now, whoops, we're in July. It went
Yeah.
really fast.
I've already started
So,
seeing Christmas ads. So
oh, no, 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 no,
I'm
no.
telling you, bro, I've already seen Christmas ads this morning on
Ah,
Instagram. So
that's horrible.
I'm like, bloody hell, it's that time of year already. Like the
Yeah,
year's go.
no, it's definitely not. It starts too early. I mean, it's not really now, but even when the season is about to start, it starts too early, I think. I know Isaac can be pretty upset when they start to do all that commercial for Christmas when they haven't really done enough for like Halloween because he really likes Halloween. It's like almost more important for him than Christmas. Like so it's like, oh yeah, you know how that is.
I think that's the thing where everyone has their favorite holidays. It's like
Yeah.
for me, my favorite holiday is Diwali because it's curry. So
Oh, of course. But of course.
I
But of
love
course.
curry. I love a good Diwali. I haven't been able to celebrate it in years because I haven't been back to Trinidad in a while. But hopefully, sometime when I go visit again, I will. It'll be around the Diwali time and I can go and eat curry at my friend's house, which would be amazing.
That
So,
should be a treat for
hmm
sure. But talking about treat, first off, you're having an ice cream. That's good because it's quite warm in Reading right now, isn't it?
yep, we've got
Yeah.
one that hit with weather, so it's
Oh.
roughly about 31 degrees.
Oh, look at
Um,
that now.
yep.
Okay, I know how that feels. We had that like 1.5 week ago. And as I told you just before we started the stream, we got rain, like thunderstorm and stuff like that, a couple of days ago, with these brief, like as you have experienced here, almost like tropical, rain. Uh, and then after that, it went down from just under 30 degrees plus 30 degrees Celsius down to around 20. And today we haven't had more than 16, 17. So it actually felt a bit cold, to be honest. Me and Annalie put back our, we in our bedroom we had to put our blankets back. It was look at that now. But
Hmm.
man, time. We said it, or I said it. Time flies.
Yep.
We have both been busy. It's been, I mean, life comes in between and things are happening. And can you give us a bit of a, yeah, and me, of course, but
A
yeah, tell
rundown,
us.
a
Yeah,
catch up.
exactly.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
been busy. And also that just reference to Nalu's comment about the new trailer for the Legend of the White Dragon. I did not know
Mm.
about this, and I'm keen. I just googled it while you were talking, and this looks exciting. So I'm definitely gonna watch the trailer for this after. But that
Mm.
being said, it's been busy. It's been busy with work. Just to sort of quickly catch you guys up, I am signed off of work. I'm on sick leave for the next two
Oh,
weeks. I'm off. I've actually done my back in. I've
okay.
I'm starting to show my age, I guess, because I was stretching over Emmy's bed to sort of close the window curtains, and I lifted my leg, and as I did it, I just sort of like, we'll use this bandit doll here as an
Mm-hmm.
example to show. So this was me. Do do do
Yeah.
do do. I came in. Emmy's there on the bed, laying down like this. She's looking at me, right? And then I sort of reach over the bed like that, rah, leg up, to get over the other side of the bed so I could.
Oh.
And
Oh.
as I
Oh.
did that, all I held, I felt pain in my back. I was like, ah. And then Emmy looked at me like concerned. She was like, oh. I was like, it's all right. It's all right. That is okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't okay.
Oh,
So yeah,
no.
in the end, I had to go see the GP, and the GP told me that essentially they told me that I need to do some exercises and stuff like that. Yes,
Yeah.
that is Blue Inalu. So I had to do some exercises, and then essentially with work, I had requested them to change my chair because my chair at work isn't as ergonomic as my chair at home. This chair is really comfortable. One of the office, not as comfortable, and then my desk here as well is a standing desk. So during the day, if I'm sitting for too long and the pain starts to build up, which it does, I could just stand. So I requested a standing desk, and the office said no. They said they can get me the chair, but not the standing desk. And their
Mm.
reasoning was because, well, if we get you a standing desk, we're gonna have everyone else is gonna ask for one, and that's just gonna be financial. It's not gonna really be feasible. So which I was like,
Yeah.
look, I'm understanding. It's all right. I've got a standing desk at home. Just let me work from home. But they were like, well, essentially, our health and safety officer spoke to my manager. My manager was like, "No, you could just work from the office and get up and take walks every now and then to ease the pain." Which I started doing, but the pain was still there. And on top of that, I'm falling behind on work because of the fact that I'm getting up every hour to take a 10-minute walk. Essentially, if I had a standing desk, I could just stand, ease up some pain, and get my work done. And then when it's convenient, I could take a nice little walk. In the end, I went back to the GP, spoke to the GP, told them about it. I also started getting a neck pain in my neck, and GP signed me up for work. Said, look, you know what? I can sign you up for 2 weeks. So they signed me up for 2 weeks. So I'm at home recovering. Hopefully my back heals up properly and nicely. And yeah, within the next 2 weeks, I'll be back in the office.
Mm.
But yeah, it's not really comforting for work to not really take the consideration of the employees. You know, like what's going on with me physically, because at the end of the day, I do my job. I'm able to. My job is not a job that's contingent on me being in the office. It's not like I do manual labor or something like that where I have to physically be there. I work in marketing. I literally don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
be in the
yeah.
building. I can do it anywhere, and I've got
Mm.
everything I need to work at home. So conveniently, it works out better for me if I work from home. I'm able to do pickups for my kids, which is easier. I'm able to be home earlier because I spend about an hour in travel, coming back home. So ideally, it'd just be better if I'm home. Not even an hour and a half. I spend to get home in
Mm.
the afternoon. That's time wasted.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
they generally have a consensus that they want me in the office for whatever reason. Maybe it's because my face is beautiful. I don't know. But
Could be.
it
Mhm.
I think what really pisses me off about the whole situation is that when I started the job, I asked them why did they need me in the office time like that, because
Mm.
considering the role that I do, it's not really necessary. And what I was told is that it's a company policy where everyone in the office is expected to be there 5 days
Yeah.
a week. But what I've got to
Mm.
understand working there is that not everyone in the office works 5 days a week. So there's a sense of, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's discrimination or whatever the case may be, but the sense that some people get to work from home and some people don't kind of really pisses me off, because at the end of the day, like, I do my job, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's not just me. There are other colleagues of mine who are in a similar situation and also have the same feelings, feeling that, look, why can't we work from home for our roles? Like
Yeah.
some of the young ladies in my team, we've spoken about it, and they've expressed it, as well as other colleagues around the office have spoken about it as
Mm.
well. So I'd like to think I'm fairly well informed from the rest of the team as to their opinions on the current working system that the company has in place. But at the same time, not much that we can do about it. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
is
At the end of the day, but if I just get in here for a second,
sure, go for it.
it's kind, yeah, but it's kind of interesting. You were initially talking about the share and
Hmm.
maybe the possibility with the desk. I mean, it would be good to have desks where you guys could stand once in a
Yeah.
while.
Hmm.
Okay, they say they can't do that because if okay they give you one, everyone wants one. Yeah, maybe, but it's not a good thing. But okay, uh, but then you say that the policies that which is the case right now. I actually talked with Annalie about this the other day, that there are more companies now, again, also here in Sweden, that want their employees at the office. It has kind of changed now. It's a few years now that we have been in the kind of normal space again, if that makes sense, after COVID and everything.
Yeah.
And the people tend to go back to that. It's not only for good. I would say it's a
Yeah.
kind of a misbalance there, and maybe a misjudgment also when it comes to these very expensive office spaces, and depending on the job once more.
Yeah.
But my saying is, if they talk like that when it comes to the request of a table that you can rise and maybe stand, and then at the same time they say, no, you guys need to be at work, but then some guys actually aren't because some are working from home.
Yeah.
That is not a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
very, it's like a misbalance, and that is an argument actually. That is a thing because either none are doing that, or
Hmm.
you, it should be negotiable. You
Yeah.
know, you should be
Exactly.
able to talk about this because, as you said, your role is marketing, and I, even though I don't do that, I can totally understand that it's possible to do from home. A lot of things
Mhm.
when it comes to a computer in front of you is, you're able to do that from home.
Yeah.
Then once in a while, definitely you need days to be at at work, having the
Yeah.
meetings, hooking up and all that stuff, which is also a good thing, like social wise, and building the brand together. But I don't know. It's, yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity to hear that.
Hmm.
But it's also a pity. I didn't know that you actually hurt yourself like that. My thought, no, but my thought is, okay, you did that move. I'm thinking because I'm very physical, and I think about I, yeah. So I thought, did you overstretch your like any tendons or something when it comes to the hamstrings or the leg? But you say that you got back pain from it. Is it
Yeah.
like the low back,
It's lower back. So what the doctor said to
one
me is that
side, or
no. So essentially, it's like literally. So we'll use the bandit doll again as an
yeah, sure.
example. So if we look at moving bandit's tail, it's
Minus the tail. Yeah,
the
yeah.
man's tail is right about there. So
I know.
essentially, what I think it is, and because obviously all they can do is check to see where I'm feeling pain, but they can't tell what caused it. What I believe caused it is, remember when, and I think I mentioned this before, when I built the bed for Alex
Yes.
and
Ah,
Emmy's room. Remember, I was lifting a lot of stuff, and I did hurt myself doing it at one point in time. I think I mentioned that. But
yes.
I
I
think that's
remember.
it. But it sort of like subsided, and I felt like everything was fine. And then that stretch pulled the muscle that would have been
Yes.
sort of inflamed or damaged or whatever have you in that whole lifting thing, because I did that bed by myself. I lifted everything, and it's heavy wood.
Yes.
I mean, I thought I was like, oh, it's me. I've been strong forever. I can
Sure,
do this.
sure, sure.
But I didn't. I should have gotten help doing that in the first place.
Yes.
But in the end, I think that's what it was. So I think I'd already strained my back, and then this whole stretch let it even more so.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like it. It That sounds logical for me also.
yeah.
Um, have you said that you like met a physiotherapist or something, or
So my GP has sent me some information in regards to physio. I need to make arrangements to see a physio. But now all I've been doing is sort of just walking to stretch my
yeah,
body,
that's
sort of
good.
sort of stretches and stuff like that, and just rest basically. Just be able
Yes.
to lay down and rest, not sitting in an office chair. So for the entire time that I've been home, because I've only been signed off from yesterday. So between
Okay.
yesterday and today, I have literally just, when I've not been in here, I've not sat in this chair. I
Right.
would love to
Right.
be in here, because I've got my setup
Yeah.
again inside here. I've got
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I've not sat in this chair. I've not been in here doing anything because at the end of the day, I need to rest my back and make it again. So I've spent some time watching anime, which is why I've got some anime to talk about in the anime in the watching section of the podcast. But yeah, other than that though, that side of everything else with regards to the family and all that kind of stuff, we went to London to get roti and doubles. We found a nice place,
Ah.
and that's the same day I strained my back. It was when we came back. So
Aha.
I
Okay.
had doubles in London. I had roti in London with the whole family. It was nice. Went to this place called Trini Vibes. Really good. I highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend them in London. I believe one, their food was authentic, and two, the people there were authentic. They were very nice, very cool. I will definitely visit again. There was another place that we went to called Tower Roti. I would not go back there again. They were also in London. Um, I went there to try to get some roti from them. I didn't feel like their roti was the best. I really wish they did some sort of sweet mango sort of sauce in there. They didn't do that.
Hmm.
It was just curry potatoes with chicken, and that was kind of it. So if we got prawn, we got chicken, and we got something else. But I wasn't satisfied and happy with the flavor of their roti. And on top of that, I had a doubles there. The doubles similarly did not have the flavor. They did make really good Morby and sorrel. So I would say only for those two things. If you're going for Morby or you're going for sorrel, yes, they're good. They're really good. But if you're going to actually get Trini food, don't go to Tower Roti. They don't have really good Trini food. Comes down to it. I think they need to step their game up. But Trini vibes, they definitely they're up there. We had Pelori, we had doubles, and even the lady there. When I was leaving, I was like, oh, you know what? I was really looking forward to getting some roti here because they had sold out because another guy came and bought all of it. I was like, I was really looking forward to get some roti. I'm gonna have to give you guys a bad review. She's like, oh no 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 no. She's like, come back next time. We'll make you some roti. Next time let us know in advance and we'll prepare some for you and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. But she was so nice. She was like, you know what? I just came back from Trinidad. I've brought from some snacks from Trinidad. So she got me a bunch. She gave me a bunch of snacks from
Oh,
Trinidad.
really?
Yeah, it was just
Okay.
so nice. So
No, that's sweet. Yeah.
I would say Trini vibes, really, really cool vibe there. The people there are really nice. The food is really nice. So whenever you visit the UK and I take you for Trini food, that's where we're going. We're going Trini vibes. So yeah, honestly, they were pretty cool. So
Mm,
that's how we ended up in London and how I ended up, after coming back doing the back end. Other than that, work as usual. Up until yesterday, I was in the office doing what I had to do and la di da, swiddle swiddle. And then now it's just I'm home. I'm home. I'm able
yeah.
to do the school runs. Next week I've got a school trip with Ty, so that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing to go
Oh.
on a school trip with him. We're going to Legoland. So
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've never been to Legoland before.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'm gonna be. Do you know what the best part about going on a school trip with your kid is that, and I say this from the kid's perspective, less so the parent, is that you then get special treatment because usually when you're on a school trip, you have to stick with the class and you can't like go off the beaten path. You can't go and do special things. But when you're with your parent, you can. So like when we went to the beach on a school trip, I could take Ty away from the class and go for ice cream, for example.
Yeah. Right.
The rest of the class has to sit there and wait to the teachers and lorry. I'm like, oh Ty, you wanna go get some ice cream? Yeah, let's go get this and so forth. And I'll just tell teachers, oh, I'll be right back, taking Ty with me, boom, gone. So yeah, that's the perk of it is when you go as the parent of the kid, your kid gets like special treatment. So I could also bring like game consoles. Like last time I had my Steam Deck with me, so Ty could play games on it while we're on the coach. The other kids are there; they can't bring games to school. They're just sitting there reading their books or whatever. I don't know, talking to each other. We could actually play games on the coach and chill because yeah, I'm not gonna come on a coach with my son and we're just gonna be bored staring at each other. We're gonna do something. So yeah, pretty much it's been I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to a school trip. So I actually had it signed off of work, but I'm gonna have to refund that time away.
Ah.
So because
Yeah.
I'm already on leave. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, other than that, there's more stuff to going on, but some of that more stuff I will have to talk to you in private, Raj, because I'm not
Okay.
sharing with the podcast. But other than that, things have been chill. That's it. It's pretty much been
Nice.
chill. Nice warm weather. I think for those who are unaware, I've moved again. Anyone who's not, who's, at the back room you can't really tell because it's blurred. But I'm back upstairs in the house in the guest room, which was originally the room that it was originally the office. Then my sister and brother-in-law were staying here, and now they've got their own place. So now it's back to being a room. Well, it's not really the office again because I don't plan to keep my computer in here. I plan to move it to my bedroom. But excuse me, for now it is in here, and in here is a storage room. So I've blurred the background even more so because of the fact that they're just boxes and stuff piled up here. It's just storage. But yeah, that's kind of it, really. It's kind of the gist of it. Isn't
Cool.
that right, Bandit?
Yes, he agrees.
He agrees. So yeah, so that's about it. Raj, how about you?
Nice.
What have you been up to?
Yeah, yeah, it's it's been It's been weeks. Nah, it's been a mix of everything. I think when we talked the last time, I was just about to finish the work. Right? I mean, I've talked about this album for a long time. I have finally done the final delivery when it comes to all these. I count. No, I didn't need to count. I saw it on the file size. Do you know how many files I sent to this library? It was almost 4,400 files.
Good lord.
Can you imagine how much I have been rendering or exporting from
your
my
computer
digital workstation?
your computer must be just like flaming or something because that's a lot.
It's insane. He actually reacted. Oh, it's that many because usually it depends on what music you make and the project how big they are. I went really big this time. Uh, the long story short, I got good feedback. It was well organized and everything, la di da. But I will have to rearrange some of the folders. They have a system that if I'm going to be honest, it wasn't really clear how they wanted that. So
Mhm,
I wish I would have known before. But hey, it is what it is. And I hope he's going to answer me very soon because we're soon going into a family vacation kind of state of mind.
mhm,
Uh, Annalie started her vacation this week, like Monday this week. Adam is working. They have a heavy, like he thought it would be free from Monday, but he needed to work a few days more. So he actually worked over this weekend and up till at least today
yeah.
because they have a deadline. THQ Nordic is coming up from Vienna and visiting. He doesn't have to be at the office then, but he has to finish well his part, whatever that is. So that's that. And at the same time, Isaac is accelerating when it comes to his driving license thing. He's taking lessons almost every day now. And I've been driving with him too, like, on the side as we did before, but we have
Mhm,
picked it up again, apparently. And yeah, so that's that. So I'm in a bit of a how should I put it? When it comes to my work and all the stuff I'm doing, I'm in a wait zone. I need that last feedback, and then I can kind of finish that work, and then the album will be done, and they have to do their work with the cover art and everything, and then phew, it's going to be up. And then I have to think about the next project. I have been composing some again,
mhm,
which haven't been so much the case during all these like 9 months due
mhm.
to being busy with this album. But I finished almost finished another trailer, which is like a very epic trailer with choir and everything. So I think I will because I have a bad conscience when it comes to library number two that actually approved me. Because I haven't had time to do anything for them. I haven't had time to talk really either because I just said a few months ago that I'm busy with this and yeah, and they like we understand. I mean, they know what it takes.
Mhm,
So, but I thought I would send this, and
mhm,
show some goodwill, and
mhm.
hopefully they are still interested to work with me because again, it's been very quiet
Yeah.
for some time. So that's that. Other than that,
What about the band?
yeah,
How are things with the band? Are you guys
yeah.
doing
Well,
any
thank you for asking. Yeah. Of course, yes. It's been a bit of a break, but not a break when it comes to parts of the band because I have been recording with the bass player Gunnar. So I was just sitting before the podcast started, editing my drum part for one song, which is it's always a hassle, but it has to be done, especially if it's going to be up on Spotify and all that stuff. So that has started. I'm at least glad we did that before the like vacations kicks in and all that stuff. And I have been also rehearsing with this other project with Gunnar, the bass player, the same guy that plays in Capital 59, but also with Janne, who was a former member of Capital 59. So we have this trio, and it starts to we are starting to form something, and we have, I think, at least 4 or 5 songs now, but they are very. This is very progressive music. It's very some stuff are quite straight up, quite crazy. So so, but it's fun. But it's fun. So
Mhm,
yeah, I think it's been pretty good weeks. I mean, the weather, yeah, I said it's been good here too. We have been doing things as a family, especially focusing on weekends when we can.
mhm.
We have been eating out a bit, and Adam has, come over here, and we've done some nice things. And yeah, it's been good, I must say. I'm just, as said, you know how it is when you still have something left to do,
Yeah.
and that have been bothering me a bit because like I want to just get to the I have passed the finish line, but I had to go back 1.5 meter. I'm standing 1 decimeter now, 10 centimeters in front of the finish line when it comes to this freaking album. So I hope he's going to answer me. I know they're always so busy, so it usually takes 3-4 business days, and uh, I am a bit like my hands are tied behind my back because I don't want to do anything before they answer my questions and like, yes, do that, not that, but do that. Otherwise, I'm just making things for nothing in vain. So I don't want to do that. And of course, also there's a world championship. I have been watching football as much as I can. I am not the guy that are like waiting or sitting up the whole night watching games that are starting like 3 a.m. or 4
Yeah,
a.m.
same, same.
Haven't done that. I
No,
can't. I can't. I just can't. Then the day after, as an old man now, is destroyed. So not doing that. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's now it starts to become even more interesting, of course, when you get closer to like quarterfinals and all that stuff. You know how it is.
you've got the teams, the last few teams in. I mean, Nalu saying I'm glad England beat Mexico. I was kind of hoping for the opposite, and
Same.
I
It's
was.
I have to admit, same here, bro. Actually,
I was hoping the opposite. Even though I live in the UK and so now I was hoping for Mexico to take it. I wanted to see Mexico go the mile. Honestly, I want a small team, a team that hasn't won before. So like right now, my money's on Norway. I'm rooting for Norway more than anyone else.
yeah.
I think I just want a team that has never won to win it. It's not likely. It's very likely
No, it's
either
not going to
either
happen. But
France
but
or
I'm with you. I mean, as Nalo says here as well, rooting for Norway. I think they have been charming a lot of people
they have.
in many ways, and I think it was cool to see. I mean, to be fair, they should be lucky that they made it. I mean, it could have been 3-0 in the other direction last
Yep.
game. If I'm gonna be straight honest,
Yep. Yep.
it was weird that it didn't happen. But it's football and it is what it is. And I mean, Haaland is one of those players. He only needs 2 chances, and
He's
then he scores two
he's
goals.
he's
And
so
let me say
cool.
this: his second goal made me happy because I'm gonna be straight honest. I've seen so many bad shots this World Championship.
Yeah.
What's wrong with football players nowadays? When I okay, I played football. I actually did that for 10 years, and I came like the junior league was it
Mhm.
was quite high level.
Yeah.
And I mean, I learned to shoot like wrist shots really hard.
Mhm.
Like the Carlos and Eder style.
Mhm.
Those days. When the net went woof like this. Now a lot of people when they shoot, they especially from a distance, they I mean it sometimes also it goes very fast. I know how that is, and you also maybe get a bit excited and you lean too much backwards and the ball goes over the goal, right?
Mhm.
We've seen it many times. But Holland, it's like from the instruction book I got when I was 10 years old from my dad regarding football technique and everything. It's when the wrist shot, it's like in a way you could say he shouldn't have had all that time. They should
Mhm.
have been closer to him. But he was there. He pushes it forward. He leans over the ball a bit so it doesn't, it's physics, right?
Yeah.
Math, if you will. So it doesn't go too steep up. And then he has the knee over the ball like a
Mhm.
pendulum and pushes the wrist through the ball perfectly in the mid of the ball. This is school book. This
Yeah.
is how Zlatan also did a lot of
Yeah.
goals
He
when he
reminds me a lot of Zlatan in that regard.
exactly. There you go. And I was so happy because what happened is it's super hard and
Mhm.
precise, and it's like it's if you hit the ball like that from that distance and you really have it on the side, like close to the bars on the side of the goal,
Mhm.
the goalie he can't take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not against trying to curve the ball or do those kind of. That's not what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying nowadays I very seldom see these kind of distance shots.
Yep. Yep.
It's and it's. I was so happy when I saw that goal. Okay, this was a long
No,
rant,
no, I'm
but
loving it. I'm loving it. I've literally Holland has become. I mean, you and I, we watch football enough, so we've known of Haaland for a while. We know
Yeah,
the guy and
yeah.
so
He,
forth, but he
he's not new,
he's
but
not new. But the thing is that now I've started noticing people who don't even watch football. Like for example, like my missus, Alex
yeah,
comes into my room and she's like, "Oh, you gotta see this video from Haaland," and it's like people have been making AI videos of Haaland doing weird stuff,
yeah. I know. I have
and
seen.
she's coming to show me these sort of stuff and things like that. And she's like, "Oh, I like Holland so much. He's so cool and so
Yeah,
forth." But Holland is very cool. He's a very likable guy. He's tall and imposing, but not terrifying. He's imposing in the same like a charming sort of like giant kind of way.
yeah. He
Like
is. He is.
he's a charming giant. And the thing is with Holland is that I think what I like about Holland, and I think when it comes to a lot of football players, the ones that I tend to gravitate towards, a lot of it has to do with how they are on the field and how they are off the field. Like personality. It's like take F1 for example. Didn't really like Max Verstappen a lot because he on the track he's annoying and he's horrible and he says horrible things. But then I saw some live streams with him and his daughter, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's so nice!"
Yes,
And then
yes.
then I started to like
It's a
Haaland.
different thing.
I started to like Verstappen a bit more because I was like, he's a nice guy. He's just very competitive when he's racing, and
Yes,
that does not come across very nice. But then seeing that sort of dynamic of him being this nice person
yeah.
off the track, and then on the track he's aggressive, you're like, okay, cool, I like him. And with
Most.
Haaland,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with,
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah.
yeah, with Haaland, it's the same thing. Off the pitch, Haaland is nice, and so, but you get one on one with Haaland when he's in that mode. Oh my god, Haaland is pushing, he's kicking, he's oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing.
He's tough to meet. He has
He's
great
tough.
physique. In that sense, he reminds me of Zlatan. I mean, he's
Yes.
tall and he's strong, but I think there's still a difference there. Haaland is more like a classic striker.
Yeah.
Zlatan had, if I may say so, uh, much better technique overall. Like
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
for his length, because
Hmm.
usually tall players like that, they just mess
They
up
do.
their feet and they don't really get much out of it. But Zlatan had technique almost like Messi or even more technical players than that. So
I think. I
but
think.
the thing is with I want to say this
Hmm.
because I totally understand what you mean with the personality thing, and some people. I mean, I can understand and appreciate both like the humble
Yeah.
thing because it has to be there to a certain extent, but I can also understand and enjoy the competitive side
Yes.
of certain players, because if you're talking about again, like just for an example, Zlatan and Holland. I mean, Zlatan, he was tough. He trash talked on
All
the
the
pitch
time. He still does it.
and pushed people, and he was really like could be nasty. And here in Sweden, I think a lot of people, because he was very un-Swedish in that
Hmm.
sense. Holland is more like he could have been a Swede for that sense, because
Yes.
he's humble and it's very like polite and all that stuff.
He's very
S-
Scandinavian.
Zlatan has this Bosnian, he has this East European blood in him, right? Because his father comes from, yeah, So I think that kind of has irritated. I've seen that through the years.
Hmm.
Well, he's so arrogant and blah
Hmm.
blah blah. But is he really?
Yeah.
I can tell you, he puts up a face
Mm.
once in a while, and you can see that also now when because he's become very popular in the Fox Sports studio,
Yep.
and I understand why,
Mm.
because he plays with that like, but at the same time you see the smile or the glimpse in the eye, so it's
Yes.
always, and I really like that too.
I like that too as well.
So it's like different great players,
Hmm.
but very different. And the example you gave with Verstappen is that as well. So it's not like Lewis Hamilton, very like well spoken and very seldom says anything bad about a competitor, or
He's a
and
nice
if he
guy kind
does,
of
he,
person.
he knows how to formulate his word. He never gets too close to his feelings in some ways and competitive, yes, but never across the line, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. It's very different kind of psychologic,
It's like
you
Cristiano
know.
Ronaldo and Messi. Messi comes off very
Yes,
quiet, calm, very nice, and
yes,
Cristiano comes off as like, I think I'm the best at everything kind of thing. I think it's that kind of dynamic for the most part. And you know, to add to the whole fact of Zlatan being such a better player than Haaland when it comes to just his technique and like just finishing technique. Zlatan did martial arts, if I'm correct, before football
He
as well.
did.
So
He
when
was
you
good
do
at it.
exactly, he was
Yeah.
very good at it. So when you do martial arts, you know your body a lot more than say the average person because you could bend your body and do things with it that the average person would not be able to do. I think that's what added to his already amazing footballing skill. Whereas I don't believe Haaland has had the same martial arts training that Zlatan has had. So
No,
but Haaland is, despite all that, Haaland is an amazing striker, and I think he'll
he
have a
is. He
I
is.
think he'll have an amazing career. I think the only thing that helps Zlatan back is probably the decisions he made with regards to clubs and when he transferred and moved to different teams. I think had he chosen to stay at certain teams a bit longer
Yeah.
or you know or transfer different times, he might have won more in his career, and that's
Yeah.
not taking away anything from him in the sense that he has just been an amazing player for his generation, and I think he's honestly an
Absolutely.
easy legend for Sweden and for just football in general. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, I think he has 36 wins, and it's quite a few, but there's still some heavy ones missing, as it is for some other players. Thierry Henry, for example, it
oof,
also
that's my guy.
is yeah, but you know, he also are missing like cups and whatever have you. But
Yes,
it doesn't really. I don't think so much about that when I kind of judge a player because some people tend to do that. Oh, what has he won? But well, all the teams he went to, he won. Yeah, I
yes.
mean, it doesn't matter what if it was in Italy or if it was in Spain
Hmm.
or in the U.S. It's like okay, well. So it is what it is, and I think some of the just to finish the Zlatan talk, I'm enjoying. I'm still watching when he's saying something about the matches. Because to be honest, and I'm not biased here, he often has good analysis
He does.
uh,
He does.
because he knows what he's talking about, and again, he does it in a very fun way. I can see that it's amusing the American audience, which is nice to see. Um, but yeah, I mean, because as you said, some of the goals, I can you can easily pick like five of his goals that are very spectacular. You can't
Mm,
really find. I mean, they are. I would put them in like a 10 to 15 best goals
of all
through the
time.
ages. Yeah, of all
The
time.
bicycle kick
Uh,
from outside the box. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. Oh my gosh, Slatan.
crazy shit. And
Oh,
also this one, he turns in it as kicks it sideways,
this says
like
this is a
like
kick.
almost like
Ooh,
yeah. And also an early goal. I mean, there's some other players that have done similar, but I'm thinking about in Ajax when he was number 9 and he was dribbling like through the field. It's crazy.
he's
Uh,
amazing. He's
but
absolutely
yeah,
amazing.
and I that's why I also don't like when people too early now start to. And this is of course a fever also because Norway has been doing well, and I'm happy for Norway. I hope they're going to do
Yes,
well. It's going to be tough against England, of course, but they come this far. It's great and everything.
take it.
But I hope that Haaland also can be a bit like not alone because he won't be able to. But people are trying to compare. They also, especially now when it comes to Sweden and Norway, it's like, well, he's better than Zlatan. I'm like, no, he's
No.
not. He's
Mm.
not. He's still young and he's developing, and he hasn't won that much yet. You have to wait and see.
Let him grow. Let him grow. I think. I
Let
think
him
that.
grow.
I think that the thing is, too many times, a lot of people who watch the sport put too much pressure on young players, and that pressure comes
Yeah.
that pressure comes from the whole thing of like, oh well, is he the next this one, the next Latin, the next Messi, the next Pele, or are they is and making comparison between players of a different generation and this generation.
Yes.
The way in which the previous generation played and the way in which this generation played completely different. There's a lot of nuance to the game, even just the science behind it. The balls are better,
Exactly.
the pitches are better, all of this sort of stuff. So you can't really compare generations for the most part. But that being said, the way I look at it is that they're both really good players. I still hold Zlatan to a higher pedestal because I've watched Zlatan play longer and he is
Yeah.
Zlatan. But at the same time, I do think Haaland has the capability to get to that kind of level. We just have to wait and see. Because
Mm.
Zlatan had a long career. He played pretty much
Yeah.
everywhere. He won in pretty much every place that he went to. He was part of a lot of amazing teams from Man United to Barcelona to AC Milan to Ajax. he's played for such amazing teams across the world, and he's done really well in each of those teams. PSG, Paris Saint Germain. So yeah, he's played everywhere and he's done really well. I think the only thing he's never won at the clubs that he's been at is the Champions League, and I think
Yes,
it's just a
yes,
matter of timing because of the fact that a lot of times he just didn't stay long enough, or he stayed too long and didn't go when he should have, and that's why, because a lot of those teams that he was a part of did win the Champions League. It just so happened Zlatan left the season before or something.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah, no, that's true. That's correct. You know,
yeah.
so
So.
but it's great. It's exciting. I mean, it's always fun when underdogs are doing well, and we've seen it also. Cap Verde, it was fun. All that stuff.
Mhm.
It's nice, you know. And Norway, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be really hard to get past England now.
Yeah.
There's, by the way, have you seen the funny interview with Kane, Kane after the last game? Please
Uh,
check that out.
I'll check it out.
He lost his voice. I am not gonna spoil it. He was screaming so much during the game and he's lost his voice. Please watch that interview after the last game. I mean, he was laughing himself at it because it sound, and they were over the tables laughing
Mhm.
in the Swedish studio here because it was so funny. It was so funny.
Sounds good.
So
I'm very
yeah,
keen to see that. I mean, just to do a quick rundown of all the teams that are left. France, Morocco. That's the next match. Spain, Belgium. I did not expect Belgium to make it this far. Shout out to
me neither.
Belgium, and they've surprised all of us.
Yeah,
England, Norway, and Argentina, Switzerland. I'm gonna tell you guys who I want to make it to the next round, and then we'll see what happens next week. This is how I would love to see it happen. I did not like Morocco for cheating in the Afcon, so I hope they get
mm.
knocked out by
I
France.
remember you mentioning that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that, to be honest. So I'm just hearing and
proper
remembering what you
cheats.
said. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hope they get knocked out. And if they hadn't cheated, I would be rooting for them right now. But because of that, I hope Morocco gets knocked out for that particular reason. Only Spain. I hope Spain wins over Belgium because of the fact that I've in the
Yeah.
office sweepstake. I have Spain as my thing. So if Spain goes through and wins, I get a large a bit of money from the office, which would be great. You know, um, Norway, England. My money's on Norway. You know, as I said, I'm
Yeah.
back in Norway to the end. Switzerland,
I hope so
Argentina.
too.
I want Argentina to get knocked out. They've won enough World Cups. Messi's already got his. Messi. I wanted Messi to win it last time, and he did, and I'm happy for that. I don't think he needs a second one. Let Switzerland go through and let some new country win it. So as far as I'm concerned, I want Argentina to lose. Let's give it to
But
Switzerland.
do you think like emotions is one thing? I am on the other side. I want Argentina to win. But if we try to, because that's also a problem, you know, when you read comments about matches and VAR this and referee this and la di da di da, people get so emotional, and many of them don't know so much about football, so
Mhm,
they don't really understand what they're writing about.
mhm.
But my thought is this: if we, okay, you want Switzerland, fine, but do you think they can actually win against Argentina? Do you think so?
I think so. I think it's
Yeah.
possible. I think
Mm.
it being the World Cup, it's like, for
Yes.
example, US versus Belgium. Everyone thought the US was going to win that. I think most people watching that match thought that right now the form that those players were in and how they were doing, especially because of the fact that FIFA bend the rules because they got a call from Trump to put Balogun back in the game, which again, high level cheating. But at the end of the day, from that point, I think the whole world was against the US in that match. I think everyone was like Team Belgium for that whole match because of that whole thing, because no one else got that special treatment. But that being said, I was expecting the US to go further because of the fact that Belgium was the team that they were playing, because of the fact that we know
Mm.
that this is an older Belgian team, that they are, you know, they're no longer what they were, we thought they were going to be.
No,
And
that
so
is true. That
I,
exactly what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
Mhm. And also because the US has been playing well, and Pochettino is a really good manager, and
Mm.
he has gotten really good performance out of those players, as well as the fact that Balogun was already on a run of just scoring goals. So generally, you know, and to get beaten 4-1, even if they lost, the expectation was it would have been close, but 4-1 was that was a battering. So Argentina, the expectation is that yes, they are going to win, but look at the matches they've played against Egypt. They were down 2-0 for like most of the match. So I mean, yes, Argentina can win this. It's very much likely in Argentina's favor to win this. But I have not watched Switzerland play, to be honest. I have
No,
not.
yes, I have. one game.
You've seen one game. I have
It
not seen
wasn't
them.
bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. That's why I'm hesitating because
Hmm.
I have a hard time to see them beating Argentina. But again, uh, at the same time as you said, Morocco had a 2-0 lead for like up to the 78th minute
Hmm.
the other day. So who
You
knows?
you never
And
know.
we've seen other results also where you're like, oh, whoa, really?
How
you
did
know, so
how did they get? I was expecting Senegal to go a lot further, and Senegal got knocked out.
mm,
So a lot of that
yes,
is sort of like, ooh, there are a lot of teams that we expected to still be here for the like for this point that are not. And if you look at the Swiss team, I can point at two players, well, three players who I think are like game deciders. Kobel won the goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. I think he's the
yes,
goalkeeper for Borussia Dortmund. I bet my money on Kobel like coming up clutch in this game. Granit Xhaka, who used to play for Arsenal and currently I think he plays in Serie A, and Xhaka has been amazing as like a centre mid throughout his career. His passing is amazing. He has great free kick taking. And then you have Manuel Akanji
yeah.
from Man City, who's a really good defender. So I don't know the rest of the team. Don't know the rest of their team and what they're capable of. But they've made it this far, and I don't think they made it this far out of luck. I think they made it this far because of
Yeah.
like they're a good team.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
and the fact that they beat Colombia to make it here, Colombia is a good team. I mean,
It's true. It's true. That's the game. Hello. Now I'm waking up. That's the game I saw.
see that's the thing. That's the stuff.
It's so
Colombia.
many matches. It's like every day, but not today actually.
Yep. None today.
That's
It was
like
just
what?
weird.
What? Echo. Echo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is weird. We'll see football tomorrow. But generally
Uh,
speaking, I will say I as a fan of football in general, I'd love to see a new team win it. Um, that could include England. I mean, if England wins I mean, I'll never hear the
yeah.
end
It
of
was a
it.
long time ago, wasn't it? Like
It has
when
been a
was
long
it?
time. It has been an absolute long time since England won it.
Uh,
So it'd be good. But if I had to say my top three teams I would like to win it in order, favorite to least favorite, number one would be Norway. Number two would be Belgium, and sorry, no, it would be Spain because of the whole sweepstate thing. Actually, to be honest, no, Spain would be third. As a sweepstate. Belgium would be second, and then would be Switzerland. That would be the order in which the teams I would want to win the tournament. Anyone else, it would come France and then Argentina.
yeah. No, but I can understand. In a way, I can agree with that list
Yeah.
because you're listing like the well underdogs is maybe not a word now
Yes.
when they are this far in the tournament, but they are not as big football nations as France or England, whatever have you. So
Could you
yeah,
imagine if Norway won it? You would
yeah,
literally be hearing it from in Sweden. You'd be in your house hearing
yeah.
them singing.
Yeah, I would. I know I would. It would be like an echo from valley to valley, 100%. Yeah, but it's interesting. I also want to just, since you have been in the discussion here also, because we got to move on.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I could go on and talk about this just as a topic in itself, but now though I see you've written yeah, you were surprised a bit when it comes to Ronaldo and also Paraguay were kicked out. You're not going to stay too
Mm.
long. I wasn't that
I wasn't surprised
surprised.
either. No,
No,
I think
I was sad to see how Paraguay played in the last game they
mhm.
played.
Yeah,
That was really dirty football.
also their I think one of their politicians, she had some really horrible things to say about Kylian Mbappe, and
Yep,
he put her in his
yeah,
in her place, which well said, Kylian. You know, Kylian can be a bit annoying sometimes with some of the things that he does, but the fact that he put her in her place properly, he didn't step out of line, he wasn't rude, he was just like, look,
yeah.
ah,
Because it's one thing to understand that, okay, we're playing against France. They are one of the best teams here.
mm-hmm,
Okay, we have to disturb them somehow. We have to be close to them, play tough, play physical and everything. That's okay. That's one thing. And play defensive. Take the chances. Maybe,
mm-hmm,
we'll get a chance. Maybe a corner kick and we score, whatever have you.
mm-hmm.
But this was I saw the game and it was dirty. It was not nice to
They were
see.
kicking and
And
fighting.
they missed a red card on a Paraguay player when the ball wasn't even there. He just
Mm-hmm.
passes Mbappe and he hit him on his arm
Yeah.
like spap like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Swedish referee Jonas, which is an expert commentator here in one of the studios in Sweden, he has been in the World Championships before. he said that it's a clearly red card. How can
Mhm.
they miss that? It's like, you know,
To be
yeah,
honest, I think the refereeing that has happened during this World Cup, not the entirety of it, but a lot of it has been really there've been a lot of missed calls that they should have pulled. But this is not something that is new. It happens in the Prem, it happens in Serie A, it happens in the Champions League, and it's happened
yeah,
in AFCON. You know, because when AFCON went on, there were a bunch of plays just like this, where a lot of stuff happened that you were like, what the frack is going on here? And it just went on. So this for me is a FIFA problem. This is a
yeah,
problem that FIFA themselves need to deal with. Whereas when you look at like and I think to a certain extent we need to. I personally think we need a new football and governing body, an alternative to FIFA, because I don't think FIFA is one. They're very corrupt, and two, I think I don't think that they're building the sport in the way that it should be built to this stage. I think the World Cup has to be better than it is right now. And I think the calls that when we got VAR, we expected that VAR was going to stop all these crap calls and these missed fouls and red cards, and it still doesn't. You still have red cards, and we're watching it on telly, and you're watching the replay, and you're like, bloody hell, he's kicked him in his shin. Oh, he's kicked him in the face. He's knocked him in the elbow. Who's not calling this? Like we can
yeah,
see it, and we're just fans. The pundits see it. You know, the former players see it.
yeah.
The former referees see it. Everyone can say, oh, this is a foul, clear and thing. But somehow VAR doesn't see it, and somehow the referee doesn't call it. And at that point in time, it's like, what really is going on here? And I don't think
Yeah.
it's so deep as maybe FIFA is fixing the games per se.
No, no, no,
I
no.
just think that
That's no, no.
I just think
I know,
it's
but to be honest, they did say before the championship
mhm,
that I mean, that they wanted to have less like interruptions when it comes to free kicks. They wanted a better flow
yeah,
with the matches. And in a way, that sounds good on the paper. This has always been a discussion also in ice hockey, which
mhm,
is a sport. It's hard to compare because it's so fast paced.
mhm,
But when you get longer in a tournament or maybe a playoff, the judges will let go on more things. You know,
mhm,
they're gonna be. But then you have to have that level across the board. That's the thing, you know, right? It has to be like fair, like all over the tournament or whatever you're playing.
mhm,
And in this case, hasn't really been like that, and then
mhm,
it becomes a problem. So I think they made a mistake because, as the referee, the here in Sweden said, Jonas, he said, "Well, I know for a fact that there's been so many less free kicks. Like they haven't used a whistle. It's huge percentage
mhm,
differences between this World Championship and World Championships before.
mhm,
So it is a policy they've had, and I think it hasn't been working out that well, to be
mhm.
honest. So I don't like when it's like, I mean, even the water breaks are annoying,
Yeah,
but I understand that they need to have it because it
it's
breaks
hot.
the flow sometimes actually, and I can see that on the players as well. But that's understandable. But with that said, I'd rather have uh, 10 free kicks within 10 minutes if that's
If it's
really,
needed, if it's
what's
needed,
needed
yeah.
to tell the players that's not okay.
Mhm,
Next time you do it, you have a red card or a yellow card depending
mhm.
on what you've earned. So it's no, it's
I'd rather the
yeah,
rules
I
be
yeah,
enforced fairly and evenly across the matches consistently. That's the thing. I think it's the lack of consistency that we've seen is where
yes,
it's. I think a lot of people have become irritated by the way in
yeah,
which FIFA has handled this World Cup. I think we need consistency. We need to be able to say, and even the fact that you have UEFA coming out to say shit like that, like, oh, you know what
mm,
the hell is going on, FIFA? You need consistency. And this is
yeah,
UEFA for crying out loud, you know. So
yeah, 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 yeah,
we
yeah.
already know some of the stuff that they get up to.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, it's pretty interesting World Cup this year so far. I've been catching highlights. I haven't really been watching any matches live. I've been busy, and again, I'm not staying up 2 a.m. in the morning to watch any football matches.
No, hell
I
no,
I think
no,
if
I don't do
anything,
that.
I may watch the final. I think more than anything else, I'll probably watch the
Yeah.
final. But that's mostly about it. And I'll probably do it with my kids. I'll probably sit down with Ty and we'll watch the final together.
You
If
know what? When the final is taking place, my family, we are in Poland, in Gdansk.
yes, I remember. Ooh la
So
la.
we said we have to find a nice sports bar or something.
let before you we move on. Let me hear your Polish. Let's see what you know
No,
in Popol school.
I can't speak Polish. No, 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 no.
Well, you've got to at least know one or two words. Come on, let's
No,
hear it.
no, I've forgotten.
You're the guy that
Uh,
knows every language, Raj. Come
yeah, but
on.
I only learned some dirty words. I'm not saying them.
All right, here's what I'm
That's
gonna
the
teach.
first thing I learned also out at Arlanda when it comes to working with some migrants, coming from Iran and Iraq and Syria.
Always the
If,
naughty words.
yeah, well, yeah, of course they did.
That's
And
literally.
I think I've told you the story when one of my colleagues, he was sitting in the lunchroom, so to say, and he was talking with her mom
Mhm,
was it in Syria, over the like an iPad. They were having a face call like this.
mhm.
And oh, Roger, come here, say the word I learned it. I said, no, no way, I'm saying that. Yes, do it. No, 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 you don't have to worry. She's gonna think it's funny. I'm like, no way, she's gonna think it's funny. But okay, so I'm looking this. I see this old woman from Syria. I'm like, I think I said in Swedish because she can speak Swedish as well.
Tack.
But hey, and then I said that word, which is not a nice word. First she was like, it was like quiet, and I felt, oh God, I made such a fool of myself. And then she went like, she's like started to laugh like that, and I was what? And then she explained, my colleague, that you know what, that word, even though you're calling my mom whore,
Yeah.
that this is something we say, like, you might be standing up there in the window. You're supposed to be down here. Come down here, you. Yeah, and then they say the word, and you know what I mean.
Mhm. It's like the
So
Poles and Kurva, like
yeah, yeah. In a way,
it's very much like according to what I got to learn from Alex and her family and friends. It's like Kurva is like it's like seasoning for like
Yeah.
language. I mean personally, I don't use it.
No, no.
I'm a very polite Pole, so when I do speak my Popol school, I'm very polite. But yeah, it's seasoning. So
Yeah,
before you go, I'm gonna have to teach you something. You just remember, Dzień dobry is the best word you need to learn. Dzień
yeah.
dobry.
That I've heard. What is
Mhm.
it now?
Dzień dobry is like hello. It's like hi. It's
Dzień
like it's like
dobry.
it's
Yeah,
like good
dzień
morning, good
dobry.
afternoon. You use it whenever you go into shops and places. So if you go to a bar, you go to a shop,
Yeah,
whatever, just say dzień dobry and
dzień dobry. Yeah,
dzień
okay, I
dobry.
remember
So
that.
just
Yeah,
just just dzień dobry, and the people there will smile and get happy when you say it because it's like, oh wow. Even though they'll know you're not like Polish,
yeah,
the
sure.
fact that you say dzień dobry, you can go to English after because most Poles can speak decent
Yeah,
enough English for the most part.
I
So
know.
you could say dzień dobry and then you can say, oh, near po polsku, which is no, I don't speak Polish,
Yeah, yeah,
and yeah, but essentially, dzień dobry, good to know, and then near and tak, which is yes and no. Those are
yeah.
the kind of things you want to know, and then other than that, the rest is sort of you could probably just use Google Translate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, bro. We need to move on.
Yeah, we've been
We need to
stuck
move.
in this
Yeah,
this unscheduled football conversation.
of course we have, but it's beautiful. We are both interested, so it's fine, and I
Yep.
hope you guys don't mind.
Hmm.
But yeah, we need to talk about what have. Yeah, you go because
Ooh.
this is
Te-
the
uh,
title of
oh yes,
what you have been
Tele.
watching.
Right. What have I been watching? So I've watched two things this week, but I'm gonna skim through the second one. I'll just talk about the first one because yeah, we spent so much time
Yeah,
on football. So the first thing that I've watched this week is how do you say this? Mushoku Tensei. I think that's how it's pronounced. Please correct me if I'm wrong in my pronunciation
no,
of
it's good. Mushoku Tensei.
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, I just heard someone shout out like "yeah" in the back. Probably
Okay,
my,
reaction.
it's probably my
Like
neighbor from outside. But
yeah,
yeah, Mushoku Tensei. I've watched season 1 and season 2. I've been catching up on the series, so I'm all caught up with season 3 right now. Season 3 is the current season, so I'm caught up and I am loving it. Mushoku Tensei is amazing. It continues to be such an amazing series. I've spoken about it on the podcast before, so just to catch up,
yeah. Okay, it's
it
that one. Now I know. Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
so it's
cool.
that anime where the guy gets he's an older gentleman, gets sent back into a new world, but he comes back as a baby and he grows up in this world, and you spend that the story is all about him growing up and experiencing all this sort of stuff. And for season 2, I label it a 10. Season 1, I give it a 10. Season 3 is continuing that 10ness. It is amazing. I am loving it. I think I'm 2 episodes in season 3, and I'm loving season 3 so far. Mushoku
Mm,
Tensei. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's an 8.6 on IMDb. Sorry, on
okay. Oh, that's
List.
good.
It's pretty high, but for me, 10. You can get on Crunchyroll. Go over on Crunchyroll, check it out. I think it's good. The second anime I was watching, because I watched two.
Mm.
Now this one I've forgotten the name, so I'm just gonna look in the show notes for it because I have forgotten what I wrote down. I know what it is. But let me just look at the show notes. It is called Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier is amazing. It is such a cool anime. It's another isekai. So for those who don't know,
Mm-hmm.
isekai is anime where a character has been sent from their world into another world. It's like like traveling from becoming a different person, like reliving your life. And Shangri Frontier is played out like a gamer who's playing a game where he's in a virtual reality game, kind of like Raj does. And I can't remember the last time he played VR, Raj, by the way. Um,
I can't either. It's a long time ago. It's just sitting there, unfortunately.
you need to get
Not
back
really
in.
any good games. No. Oh.
You need to get in somehow. So Shangri-La Frontier, it's on Netflix and it's on Crunchyroll, at least here in the UK. I've been watching the entirety of season 1 and season 2. I'm all caught up on it. It's 25 episodes per season. This is
Oh.
such a good anime, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not actually looked at the Minimalist rating for this anime. I'm gonna take a look at it now. It is an 8.2 on Minimalist. Me personally speaking, I put it on a 10. This is an easy masterpiece. I've completed season 1 and season 2, and your boy is loving it. 25 episodes per season, absolutely amazing. The main character, he basically is he plays a bunch of trash games. He plays games that are not very good. But what happens is because he plays terrible games, he gets really good at good games where the mechanics actually work and stuff like that.
Mm.
So he becomes a really good gamer. And he goes into this good game and he starts figuring out all this sort of secrets and stuff as an MMO, and a lot of people start like fawning around him and he forms bonds and makes friendships and all that kind of cool stuff, and it's so amazing. 25 episodes per season. I've finished season 2 and I'm waiting for a third season, which I think the third season is expected to drop in 2027, so it's quite a wait to wait before we get season 3. But if you haven't seen it, it's a perfect anime to get into right now. Shangri-La Frontier, Netflix, IMDb. Go watch it. It's amazing. Highly, highly recommended by me. Yeah, that's been my watching. So, is it worth watching any of those things? Yes. The answer is yes. Raj,
Good.
what about
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
What have you been watching? I see Nalu's put ooh, let me just read this comment on
Yeah, but
my
it's nice to hear. You've been busy watching for sure. It's a yeah.
yeah. Nalu says jobless reincarnation with is definitely a 10. Yeah, that's definitely technically it's a different Sword Art Online. Yes, it's like Sword Art Online, but I think it's better. I enjoy it more than Sword Art Online. I'd say that much. So yeah. Anyway, Raj,
Yeah.
yeah, we were saying you have been watching something that is not the same, but the similarity is that it's season 3 because I'm in season 3
True. Oh, look
for
at that
Jobless
now.
Reincarnation,
Similarity.
and you're in season 3 for what you're
Yeah.
watching. So how is your season 3?
Yeah, well, my season three is actually it's pretty good. It's
Mm-hmm.
good that it's back, and I think I said before that it's interesting when all these breaks
Yeah.
between seasons kind of ruin. It's like the breaks they take during the matches in the
Mm-hmm.
World Championship when they need to drink. You forget what happened before, so
Yep.
it's no, not really. But yeah, jokes aside, I'm talking about House of Dragon. It's on HBO. That's where I'm watching it, and it's season three. And there's been three episodes so far. They release a new one every Monday, and
Mm-hmm.
me and Annalise watching this. And yeah, it's been. I mean, how should I put it? It took actually an episode before everything started to click. Like also Annalise said, "Wait, was that her brother or cousin?" Things like that. It's like, but either way, the last episode, which is it's just the third one. It has high ratings on IMDb, around 9 and stuff like that. I think they went out pretty hard. It was like, dragons flying, coming in, spewing fire, people are burning, boats are
Mm-hmm.
exploding, fight on the sea. And then the last episode here was kind of interesting because it was like it's a bit of a spoiler, but one of the main characters are actually taking the seat in the high, like in the landing, King's Landing. Sorry, when it comes to the Iron Throne, after a long wait, and oh, I spoiled it. She has problems, and there's it hasn't been going so well before, and there's like rats running around because the former queen killed the rat guys, and it's like, yeah, it's a lot to think of. So it was such a contrast, and I saw an article because people were writing about it, saying, "Is this like how do people feel about this from all these blood and fire and a salt sea into like more domestic issues, you might say, in a castle and trying to build up a new set of people to rely on and the king's knights like it was good. I mean, I like the series. I think this is good, and I can recommend House of Dragon, especially House of the Dragon, especially if you have been watching and if you enjoyed Game of Thrones. Because to be fair, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've heard. So but it's good. It's I'm looking forward to the next episode, and that's always a good sign, isn't it? When you are watching and you are entertained and you want to see more. So basically, that's it. I'm not going to say so much more about it because if I get into what's actually happening, well, then
But
it,
let's talk about what's around the series then. Let's talk about, like, for example, how are you watching this?
what do you mean? How am I watching this?
Where are you watching this, Rod?
In the sofa upstairs in front of the TV.
I know that, but on what platform?
HBO.
This is through the official means.
Yes, this is the official correct way of watching things. One of them. But yeah, it's actually the official. Nothing fishy, nothing on the dark side of the moon, so to
Hey,
say.
hey, you know what? We don't judge around here. We
No, no,
appreciate.
no. I know,
Mm,
but I'm proud to say that this is actually through one of the subscriptions we have, and as you know, you always
mm,
have a few nowadays, right?
yep, yep.
Fun story about that I have to mention because I
Hmm.
wanted to watch a horror movie that was very recently on the cinemas, but it is now also available on
Which
Amazon
one is
Prime.
that?
Oh God, I forgot the name. It was something Isaac talked about. Let me see if I hold on. Give me a session. I
Let me
think it.
see.
I think it's called Obsession, but
Ooh.
I'm not 100% sure. Let me see.
Oh yeah, Obsession is a horror movie that's in theaters right now. It came out on
Yes,
May the
this is the
15th.
one.
Yep.
Okay, so great. So oh yeah, we're gonna watch it. So we start up the app meaning Amazon Prime. Isaac starts search just to save some time. Obsession. Oh, it shows up, and then when he wants to click it, boom, it disappears.
Ooh.
And after that, it never came back. So we understood that okay, it's region locked.
That
It,
sucks.
it was just a little glitch there when he actually searched for it, and then okay, bye bye.
Yeah, that
So
really
it
sucks.
might be so that this movie, compared to the series when it comes to House of Dragons that we're watching on HBO, this might be done in a different way.
Might be a quiet nefarious.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh my god,
Oh, brilliant,
crazy
brilliant,
stuff.
brilliant, brilliant.
But yeah, yeah,
I
that's
will
basically
say
it. Yeah.
the one thing I will say though right now is that there's not many good things in cinema right now, at least from looking at
No, not
the.
not so much.
So most of it are kid movies. I think unlikely because of the summer. It's summer right now. It's
Yeah.
it's leading into the holidays. You're gonna need movies for kids to watch when they're at home. So I
I
will
saw here
assume.
in Sweden they've had which is a smart thing. They are having like half price and stuff like that. Go two for one. I think it was like an offer when it comes to the new Star Wars, like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which is probably not that great, but I mean it can be fun to watch even so. So that's nice at least that they've done something like that. Especially if you want to bring a whole family. And so Yeah, some discount, if you
Yes.
will.
I mean, I've seen some of that before here in the UK, but
Yeah.
usually when I go to the cinema, I already get a discount through my I think it's through my bank.
Okay. Yeah.
I usually get a discount through my bank, so that works out. It does look like tickets for Supergirl are discounted. It says something about
Oh.
discounted tickets. I'm not sure why. At least what I've heard about that film is not that good. So maybe
No,
that's why.
exactly.
Maybe they're trying to get people in and they've
I
discounted it.
could be a bit of a strategy right there as well. Yep.
Could be. Back to House of Dragon though. It is currently ranked number one in popularity in the world.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going, please. Thank you very much. I
Yep.
still haven't seen season one or season two, but I shall wait because I will not start House of Dragon until it's done, and there's a very specific reason why. I got into to Game of Thrones, fell in love with it, and then they screwed us at the end of the series in the last season. The last season last was horrible. So the second half of the last
It's
season
true.
ruined it for me. So I don't want to get into House of Dragon until I know for sure that they're like gonna handle this properly, and then at least I'm not gonna invested in characters and a storyline and all that kind of stuff, and then they just do some kind of
Yeah, I know what you mean.
crap.
It's a fair take. I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. That's the only thing. But it is in my watch list, so I will be checking it out at some point or the other.
Good.
That being said, Vichima Games. I, of course, have been playing eFootball. And as an eFootball player, I have continued with the new updates. It's obviously a World Cup update, so you have a bunch of World Cup teams and you have a bunch of World Cup players being dropped, like famous players and stuff like that. None of the players that have dropped so far have been to my liking. Your boy
Oh.
is hoping next week, well, sorry, tomorrow. Tuesday's the next update, so tomorrow, that we get my boy Thierry Henry from Arsenal because of the fact that he won the World Cup and he was in eFootball before when it was called PES, and Konami needs to get that guy
Ah.
back. A lot of people are hoping for Zidane and
Mm-hmm.
R9 Ronaldo. These are
Yeah.
guys that I don't care about, right? I respect them. I don't care to have these guys. I've already got Zlatan in my team. I'm good, right? I need to have people like my boy Terranry because we rate Terranry. He's amazing. So hopefully we get Terranry sometime this week, sometime next
Mm.
week, and I'll be happy. I mean, I'm not saying if Zlatan, sorry, if R9 drop, I wouldn't get him. I would. It's R9. Come on, but I don't want him right now. I'm not saying if Zizou drop, I'd be like, oh, it's Zizou. I don't want him. I'd be like, yeah, of course it's Zizou. I take him. But Thierry would be the ultimate pickup because Arsenal, Henry, it'd be so amazing. Oh my god! And if they do all of his teams that he's been at, the Red Bulls, they do Red Bulls, they do Barcelona, they do Arsenal, they do Monaco. Ooh, your boy would be very happy, very very happy.
Mm.
So we miss Sean. I'm hoping Thierry drops in eFootball sometime before this World Cup is over because if they don't drop him
Oh.
around this time, then they'll probably never drop him. And at that point in time, it's
Yeah.
so what I've been doing eFootball wise. What about you, Raj? I see Nalu's put in the comments. I'm excited for Ace Combat 8. Can't believe that Atlas got Mappa for Persona 4 Revival. What's Mappa?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Ace Combat 8. I've never really played an Ace Combat game to fruition, so I'll just have to say, all right, cool.
I have played one of the older Ace Combat, but never really. I've never been so much into those games. But I
Mhm.
know that my oldest son Adam, he has played many of these games, and I think he played the one before also 7. He really enjoyed it. He likes to fly, so yeah, so that's cool.
I thought Isaac was a
Yeah.
boat guy. I didn't know that
Aha, animation studio. Okay, I
yeah,
understand. The
I,
Mappa.
I can see. Yeah, they're an animation studio. All
Persona
right,
4 revival.
cool, cool. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
well, look, we'll see what happens. To be honest, I don't ever watch Persona anime because of the fact that I play the games. Don't really care for the anime. Leveler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Raj, you've been playing something that is very Roger like.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's pew pew definitely.
Definitely.
I played some different things, but I thought I would mention this because it has to do a bit with what we talked about before, like also praising some older games because they were good, I guess, but also the fact that there are ways to do like game preservation, different ways. especially in times like this. We're not going to get into the Sony discussion. I'm going to not talk about that. I'm not going to
Mm.
talk about the
Talk about
fact
it,
that they're
Roger.
taking away the physical copies and they're
Talk about it,
taking
Roger.
away 500
Mm.
movies that people have already paid for. Okay, I did
Disgusting.
it. Yeah. So with that said, uh, I wouldn't. I played some older Call of Duty games, and as you may know, or I've said it before, I like to do that. I like to go back and play some of the favorites I had back in the days. It's different, depending on my mood and everything. However, it's not that safe, at least not on PC, to play, let's say, games before 2019, Modern Warfare 2019. So I try to stay away. It's easy to get hacked and shit like that. So, what have people been doing? When most of you have probably heard about IW4 or and Plutonium, which is a platform community driven, which offers an opportunity to play this older game under much more safe circumstances, right? And Adam and I played Plutonium. I've used that platform before. I have an account. You can create one for free. It's definitely worth it if you want to play one of your old favorites. So with that said, Adam told me that there's a launcher that is called CB servers, and it's a client, and it has become quite popular because it provides like unified access to classic Call of Duty titles with
Mhm.
pre-installed modded clients. So it's like all in one place, if that makes sense. Multiplayer fixes and also dedicated servers, and this is of course very good for someone that wants to play some of these older games. So it allows you to either link like existing game installations or download the games completely for free. So, I mean, I could have done it. What I could have done is, of course, to download, let's say, World of War, which is an old Call of Duty game, from my Steam library, and then when I install the game through, like using CB servers, it asks where are your game located, and I could, it's here, and then I would have my stats, my classes, my ranks, everything. But I didn't. I wanted to try just to download it, directly, clean slate, and it worked. Works really well. So I have been playing. Like 2 weeks ago, I played. What did I play? I played World at War and also Black Ops 3, which I have been missing. Wall running and jetpacks and stuff. I had fun. I had fun playing. It was a bit like old days, to be honest. A bit nostalgia coming, a tear in my eye, maybe. And then I streamed the other day. When was that? When did I play? Oh yeah, that was.
You streamed on
Gee, it
Sunday.
was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Oh.
I played Black Ops 2. I
Mhm.
played Black Ops 2. That was the first time I encountered a problem, and it was not really the platform, and it was something with the servers. Maybe it was just for that day, because many of them, what happened, you got in and okay, it's good ping here, no problem, it's fine, pew pew pew, it's going well, I'm having fun, and then whoop, all of a sudden everyone starts to write, what's going on? And then I look at the scoreboard and I see the leaderboard and I see like, okay, everyone is having almost 900 ping right now. What the heck is going on? And it starts to stutter and people are freezing and it's just ridiculous. But it is what it is. But it's cool. It's I see now that my video showed up in search result when I search for CB launcher for old card games. That's the CB service launcher. Oh, then my video shows up here. Oh, look at
Ah,
that. Yeah, how to play old COD. I think I no, I how to play classic Call of Duty games on CB servers. It's very informal title right there.
Allah.
Yeah, I've done a video about that. But anywho, I think this is great. As I said, it's an example of how people, es- especially since big companies like Activision, aren't really taking that much responsibility for their older games. It's very like release. You have a yearly cycle, then a new game comes, and all focuses on that game, and then they don't really care so much of the older games, which is a pity because if they really thought about it, they could actually make
They can make
probably more
money.
money if
Yeah.
they did, because very often the older games get infested by hackers, as mentioned, and it becomes a problem. But then platforms like this, Plutonium, and then maybe using a server like CB, like a launcher like CB servers, because when I then have installed it, as I said, it requires a Plutonium account. So when I press play, whoop, it links me directly to Plutonium and the server browser and everything. So it's I'm happy to see this. So I've had fun playing. That was that. That was that was the gaming.
Sounds sounds absolutely amazing, level there.
It is.
Getting back into some good old COD, some classics. It's always good to go back and
Hmm.
check some of the older stuff. That being said, as well, just a bit of a mention of a few things. The Steam machine has already been it's been listed for pricing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It is a ridiculous price, so we shan't be getting one. Unfortunately, it is too
Nope.
expensive. It's not for us.
Nope.
It's not for anyone. But that being said, if you
Exactly.
if you do already have a PC and you're a gamer or you have a Steam Deck, before the price went up, then now is a great time to pick up some new games because there's a Steam summer sale on, and there's a lot of good classic games on there that you can pick up. Games like Cyberpunk on sale for like £14.99. The price will vary depending on your region. You've got games like Stellar Blade on sale for 40. I've seen Stellar Blade for
Yeah.
cheaper than that, so I'd probably hold on that one. You've got NBA 2K26 at somewhere around £8. You've got games like Sekiro at 24. Sekiro never goes under
Ah.
24. For whatever reason, this game has been out for ages and you'd expect it to be like
Yeah.
15 quid or something by now, but it's you never get it that low.
No.
Clear Expedition 33 on sale for 35 pounds. Again, a bunch of good games. One game that Rod you played, Space Marines, 16
Yeah.
pound
Look at that.
49.
Mm.
Space Marines 2 on
Yep.
sale, very good price to pick that game up for.
Mm. Good game.
I think you can say more about that than me. You've got games like Helldivers 2 for
Oh,
26 um
good.
£26 24, which is an amazing price to pick up that
Yeah.
particular game at. Games like God of War Ragnarok, £33. Again, great discounts, so 33% off. Split Fiction, we all know Yusuf Ferris, amazing games. The guy's got his new game Split Fiction at £25.99. I think it's such a good deal, especially if you're looking for something to play co-op.
But
Uh,
bro, when you mention, I have to say, when you mention all these games and it's fairly good prices and everything, and it's a lot to choose from, right? Because it's on PC.
yeah,
Then I think this isn't this the time. I know it comes down to money. I totally understand.
mm,
But isn't this the time, especially the thing I mentioned that I wasn't supposed to say regarding Sony, that it actually, when the physical copies are being taken away and and everything, is this the time to start to invest in a PC instead?
yes,
You
yes,
know,
100%, 100% agree.
why pay for PlayStation Plus and why stay on that console for the long run?
Yeah, to
I
get
would not do that.
I would
I
neither.
wouldn't.
I would, and that's the reason why, like with Steam, or at least with a PC, you have options of launches. In the sense of you can go with GOG if you want to make sure that you can always have your executables, and they're very people friendly, and they're also Swedish, which is cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, true.
no, actually, no, they're Polish. Sorry,
Polish. Yeah, but
Polish.
that's cool too. So yeah,
Also
nice.
cool. Then you have, yeah, because they're the guys behind CD Projekt. Then you have what do you call it? You have stuff like Epic Game Store, which has a bunch of stuff. I haven't logged in a long time, but they gave away a bunch of free
Same.
games for a while. You've got Steam, of course, which is like the launcher of choice. You've got EA has their own little thing. I think Ubisoft has theirs, and you've got options.
Mm.
And then if it is that they decide to block you out from stuff, you can just go around that. There are ways
Yeah.
around getting access to games that are no longer listed. I think we spoke about one that Adam recommended before as well.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
for the most part, if you paid for your game and they decide to take it away, or in the case like if you pay for a film and they take it away, then you could just take it back. Like, all right, fine then,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take it back. I paid for this. My money was spent. You got paid. So buy all darnation. I'll take what I paid for.
Yeah.
So yeah, generally
Yeah.
I would say good time to get a PC. Actually not a good time to get a PC because PCs are really expensive right now because RAM is really expensive right now. But that being said, I will say this much, even though that they're really expensive.
Yeah.
Um
And external hard drives. I had to buy another one when it comes to my storage.
yeah.
Oh my god, because of AI. That's why the price has gone up.
I
It's
bought
because of the damn AI.
It's because of that. Yeah, you know what's the other problem too? I did something really, really silly. I bought extra RAM for my computer as a
Oh,
backup, just in case something went wrong. But also, I went to upgrade my RAM, and it turns out that the RAM I bought is not this. So when I picked the one that I wanted at the shop that I bought it from, I picked the one in the glass that was the same model and make as my RAM that I currently have. And I when I moved the computer back upstairs, I was like, ooh, you know what? I'll upgrade my RAM and have more RAM in it because I've got two more slots in here. Only to open the packaging and see that the RAM that I bought is not the same storage size. It's the same storage size, but it's not the same model and make as the RAM I have in my PC. So the person who took it out and put it in the bag did not make sure that it was the right RAM that I like the same one that I pointed at in the glass. So in the end, I have 2 sticks of RAM. I think it equates to 16 gigs in total that I can't use in my current setup at this point in time unless I swap it out with the one I have right now.
Ah, okay, I
Uh,
understand. Okay.
that being said, I am gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna put it into storage and keep it in case something goes wrong because it's still good RAM. I'll use it if
Mm.
something goes wrong with the RAM I have. I'll have RAM as a backup. But I do intend to go back to that shop and buy RAM that is exactly the same as what I have in here, so I can probably increase my storage size to a larger storage. Yeah, in general I would say like you, I've been looking to try to get hard drives, but I've been trying to see if I can find stuff on the used market per se. Maybe if I can get some stuff. It's not good to get used hard drives, but I'll take anything I can get right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, what I did is that I bought. I didn't buy like another SSD because I don't need that speed. This
yeah.
is a second external hard drive.
Mhm.
I have an external SSD that I'm using, but I needed like so it's a more like a slow storage kind of sorry, external hard drive. So I didn't buy an SSD, and then you can get it a bit cheaper. There was actually a sale. I really no, actually it was Adam, of course. He sent
Always
the
finds the
link.
stuff.
Yeah, always. It's like, okay, here you have a Toshiba for 800 Swedish kronas,
hmm
2 terabytes, which is it's quite
It's
under
it's quite under
the
the
price of
current
many.
pricing that we're seeing nowadays. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's a
yeah, it
really
was a
good
good one.
price. Again, if I think what we can take away from this is that if when in doubt and you have issues with trying to get stuff for your computer, call Agent Adam. He's the guy that
Yeah,
knows everything.
yeah, absolutely,
Well,
100%.
what we will do on the podcast is we'll set up an Agent Adam hotline where you can contact him and ask him for advice
That's great.
on where you can get the best deals. This will
He could have a side gig with that.
He could. That's what I was thinking. He could basically be. You know, isn't this how one of those famous like guys like on Twitter got his name or on Tom's Hack or some. There's a guy
Ah, yeah, yeah,
online
yeah,
that all he
I
does is
know.
finds good deals and
Yeah.
he's got famous doing that basically
Mm,
for like games and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely
yes,
we could
it's
definitely have
cool.
an Agent Adam helpline. What does Nalo say? Never buy hard drives or memory from sites like Timu or Wish. I've never purchased hard
No,
drives or memory from those sites.
no,
I
I
wouldn't
would.
think of doing it though.
No, I wouldn't do that either. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
wouldn't think of doing it. I
no.
would usually if I'm buying a hard drive. What I tend to do is at least for the RAM, I went to a video game store that sells like used games and stuff like that. Think of it like GameStop, and they also sell a bunch of computer parts as well. So they just had a bunch of hard drives and memory and all that kind of stuff. And I saw the memory and I was like, ooh, that's the same one I have. I'll take two of those, please. Thank you. So yeah, it just comes down to that at the end of the day. If you can afford
Yeah,
it, right now I would say we don't know if the price is gonna go down anymore or if or if it's gonna keep rising. I think if you do have a computer and you want to try to maintain it, the two parts you can get now that would save you is, or I should say three parts. If you can get a backup SSD, do it. If you can get a backup RAM, do it. If you can get backup hard drives, do it. Because those things are getting more and more expensive. And in the
yes,
case of with your computer, if those things go, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have
yeah,
serious problems with those things. Especially like
mm,
with your SSD, it's all about you could run a PC without an SSD, you could run on a hard drive, but the performance is gonna take a hit. You can't run without RAM. You need RAM. You just need RAM.
yeah, yeah,
And with a hard drive, well, similar to the SSD, you could swap it for an SSD, but at the same time, you
mm,
lose the amount of storage space and stuff like that because hard drives tend to have more. So yeah, so it's good to have backups. I have a ton of external hard drives and a ton of like backup storage and all that kind of stuff that I've just gathered over the years. So I feel
mm.
like I'm safe for the most part with regards to that. But you never know. You never
No,
know
no,
that
it's true.
with that kind of stuff. So
It depends on what you're backing up, and I mean, for me, it's like I try to have also cloud. service. Now I have extended like Dropbox, so that's what I'm using.
Oh, that reminds me. I
And
need to cancel Microsoft Cloud. I've been paying for that for years, and I think I need to
yeah,
cancel this
oh
month.
no 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 oh no oh, I'd rather use Dropbox if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
with you on that.
yeah, but you got to find your ways. But yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
that's that's how it is.
That is how it is indeed. Okay, so I think with that, I think we've got a podcast rush, haven't we?
We have,
It's
indeed,
starting to
we
get
have.
dark in here. I'm starting to turn. I'm looking reddish brown right now. It looks like in the camera. I don't know what it
Yeah,
looks like
it's
for you
light
guys.
coming from whatever direction. I don't know.
It's the window there, and I've
Yeah,
got no light.
evening sun.
I can't turn the light on in this room, and I probably will in the future. But yeah, I just didn't.
Yeah,
It
no
was bright
worries,
outside,
no
so
worries,
yeah.
bro. Nalu, good luck rebuilding your computer. We all know how that can turn out. Hopefully, good.
It's a bit
Or
easier for
call
Nalu.
Agent Adam. No, yeah, just
It's I will say for Nalu it's probably a bit easier in the states because there are still you can still get good prices on certain computers
yes,
if you buy bundles at places
yeah,
like I think computer store that sells like bundles. I can't remember the name of it. It's in New York. Last I checked, you could still get good deals in the states for now. Maybe not as good as it used to be, but still doable. Or if you go to
yeah,
eBay and stuff like that. So best of luck, Nalu. Hopefully you get
yeah.
what you need.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
But
crossed,
with
buddy
that
boy.
said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time enjoying. We had a good time talking once again to you. And with that said, I also wish a great continuation of your week. And maybe you are also getting onto a vacation. What do I know? No, if that's the case, enjoy. We'll talk soon again. Until next time, take care and have a beautiful one. Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. With that, guys, thank you very much for listening to this episode of That Beautiful Life podcast. As always, you can find Raj at the number 40 SPLASH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. On Sunday, we did Dead by Daylight. It was awesome.
It was.
And you can find me at LPGandis, LPGIDIN, Guardian.eu, pretty much everywhere else. You can find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK. It's all down below here. You can actually see all that kind of good stuff. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like you subscribe to this podcast on Casper, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, SimplyBinge.com, and elsewhere. And we're still come to they gonna like it, I will give them for free. So, as always, guys, this has been queued for your pleasure. The wrap. That's the episode. I am sweating. I can't wait to take this clothes off. So, it is hot.
It's getting hot in here.
So take off all my clothes.
Oh, that's an old beauty, isn't it?
It's a classic. An
Yeah, I
absolute classic.
remember that from the 90s when I was working out the most, like in this hardcore gym.
Mm-hmm.
That song and also Sandstorm. That was been playing. It was playing all the time.
Oh,
Oh
do
my
you
god.
what's your current workout song right now? What are you listening to?
Unfortunately, I for some reason this is kind of strange in a way. I mean, Annal is using like listening on a lot of stuff. I don't. I go to the gym and I listen to whatever is in the speakers, which is a big mistake because it's never something I like that much. But I think I've throughout the years has worked up a kind of a immune kind of thing where I turn things off and I go into gym mode and I
Lock
train.
in.
Yeah,
You know what?
I lock in and then I
I think
work
the
out.
next time I come to Sweden, I'm not gonna tell you I'm coming. I'm gonna sneak in, right? And then I'm gonna go to your gym. And I'll just
Yeah, of course.
make a plan with them. I'll tell them, hey, you know what? So this guy that comes here all
Here's
the
the
time,
playlist.
right? You know him. His name's Roger. Right. This is a picture of him. He's gonna be in on this day, right? I'll coordinate with Andy. I'll be like, what day is he going to the
Get
gym,
low.
right? And then I'll be like, yeah. So you get into the gym, and then they'll be like, and today we shall have wheel noises.
Yeah, that's something.
And followed by sound of sheep baying. You know
Why
you're
not?
pumped in iron and it's like, man.
Why the heck not?
Yes, of course.
Can sometimes be better than some of the songs I've heard, but that's another story.
Definitely another story for
So,
another podcast. See you guys in the next
yeah.
one. Peace.